wasp.
Alright, welcome back to Hinamizawa.
Oh my god, I'm gonna take a shit.
That was the brown note, yes. Anyway.
The cry of the cicada is the brown note.
That's the true menace.
Alright. When last we left off, we had some new tips with very interesting names. And we'll start off with, is there really a Shion?
Wow, I already get to be Goblin Core.
Yep.
Yo!
Ha! Me and Son's family.
Yeah, more broadly, I was just wondering if she had any brothers or anything.
I was actually wondering whether her younger twin sister named Shion actually existed. And my curiosity got the better of me, so I quietly asked Satoko about it.
I wonder. She might not.
She wasn't being very clear about it. God fucking damn it. Had Satoko never gone over to Mion's house to play?
From your reaction, I guess you've never met any.
Yes, I've never seen any of her relatives except for her grandmother.
As far as I could tell, there were already dark clouds over that Shion is real theory.
Thanks for your Kishi.
Rika would know more than I. You would do well to ask her.
Satoko waved to Rika-chan, who was basking in the sunlight.
Rika, do you know anything about me and Son's family?
Hold on, let me just real quick make sure I actually hit record. Cool. Anyway. Listen, I've had this happen before. I'm not having a repeat of that.
It's okay.
The one mistake gave you complete PTSD.
Rika-chan was
soon
surprised
for
at
this.
the sudden question. Who wants Rika for today?
Okay.
You can swap.
I'll handle
if
it.
need be.
Me has a big family, so I don't really know everything about them.
That many, huh? For example, is there someone named Shion Sonozaki? Well, I might have heard the name wrong, so she might not actually exist, but...
You mean she? Shion exists.
Huh? That was unexpected. So she was real.
Their names are quite similar, you know. I could get tongue-tied trying to tell the difference.
Why did you do
slur?
that? What was
What
that?
was
Flavor.
Yeah, I guess so.
I see.
I've heard she's Mii's younger twin sister, but I haven't met her too many times.
Rika-chan knew a bit about her as well, but hadn't seen her much.
I think I met her once at a funeral a few years ago. Don't ask me what I was doing at a funeral.
She's not in this class, so maybe she goes to school in Okinomiya?
She may live there too. Mion-san herself lives apart from her family with her grandmother, after all.
Worse
With her
than
parents?
realized.
That was a bit odd. Was there something between them?
It's a very complicated family.
She seems to have many relatives. There are doubtless many different circumstances.
For now, I learned that she had a younger twin sister named Shion, but her family structure, including her own position, still seemed very mysterious. By the way, I appreciate that it seems like for this, we just get, like, the line as soon as it pops up in the history, so that's nice. That wasn't the case last chapter, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think it was, no.
There were some lines that I think were multiple boxes in
I think
the adventure mode, but they're
I think
technically
it's
one
just
line.
The way it's adventure mode.
Adventure
that's
mode.
The reason for it. Well, yeah, that's when it the more
like
classic VN style, as opposed to just being.
let me just
Yeah, you're
make
not
this
so-
clear for everyone. This is how the
Yeah,
game
novel mode.
is supposed to look. Is how it normally.
Oh,
Okay, that's not how the game is supposed to look.
There's
No,
a,
that's
she's got a
Shion.
ghost.
Let me go one
Shion
further
exists.
so that no, never mind, it did not fix itself. I take it back.
That was Shion.
Shion exists! We confirmed it! Holy shit! Anyway,
Satoko lost her
wait,
name?
who's
Who's
doing
talking?
me on? I'm confused.
No one did me on.
Okay, wait, okay.
I think it's me on
Oh,
second
he missed the
line.
previous line, I think.
Oh, what are the three of you talking about? Let this old man in on it. Oh, Mian-san, you've come at a good time.
That's not me on talking.
I know it's not.
I think it's
But,
supposed to be Satoko.
I
Oh, Mian-san, you've come at a good
Oh, no.
time.
think that was probably
Might-
supposed to be Satoko.
Might it be true that you have a younger twin sister?
Ah, Mion. Crap. A younger sister? Well... yeah, I do. Mion grew uncharacteristically red in the face, at a loss. I think she's looking at me.
Oh my, I had no idea. What kind of person might she be? I would very much like to meet her sometime.
You shouldn't bother! She's not cute at all! Yeah! She's really conceited! Besides, other than talking to her on the phone once in a while, I haven't seen her for a long time either. On the phone, huh? Interesting.
But who was phone?
Why? Why did it look like she was in such a panic? It's like she was declaring that the Shion from yesterday was actually a fake. Anyway, this was pretty funny, so I let it go on for a while longer. Fuck you, Keiji.
What a Chad?
Another Mion under the name of Shion. Will I be able to see her if I go to that restaurant again? Hopefully. I had a mysterious feeling, as if I'd made a new friend, despite knowing that she and Mion were the same person. Now take a shit, everyone.
Ah, damn.
Yippee.
Alright.
I hope
be
you
right
got
back,
your
I gotta go to the
laxatives
toilet.
ready.
It turns out he has like reverse multi-personality disorder where he assumes everyone else has multiple personalities.
He just assumes that. Oh my god. Anyway, an
I mean, it's the
introduction
default for him.
to
So-
Angel Mort. I'm gonna guess this is a newspaper ad of some kind.
This is crucial to our theories, guys.
Alright, does anybody want this? Or I can do this if you don't want to, but
Yeah, let's give Tej the chance.
I mean, what do you mean? Let's give Tej the chance.
You heard me.
This is the first thing we've read so far.
Okay, sure. Reprinted from the Victorious War Photographer's Guide, April issue. Complete Conquest Analysis, Family Restaurant Chapter. Now, at last, we come to the blazing hot third day. To Angel Mort, a super famous restaurant, and the envy of all enthusiasts, despite being located in the remote Shishibone city of XX Prefecture. Why, exactly, do the most famous stores avoid the centers of human habitation? It can only be because it is a trial given to us by the god of war photography. It's famous locally for having the best desserts in town, but that matters not to us. If you want expensive desserts, then you can just go to a censored place or something. We aim not for sweet treats, but for sweet uniforms. The fragrant aroma of sweet wafts from these obligatory waitress
Sweat.
uniforms.
Oh my god.
The fragrant aroma of sweat wafts from these obligatory waitress uniforms, creating no less than a public torture device.
What?
How can their bashful flirtation be on par with all the other restaurants with cute uniforms across the country? War photography hunter, away!
Jesus Christ.
The smoking areas are the real superpositions? Aim for your chance at them with the tenacity of an octopus. What?
Nasty
that a real thing?
octopus?
What are you talking about? What does that mean? Ryu. Yesterday. Wait, does somebody want to take Ryu? I'm guessing this is an interview.
Yesterday, I failed to get seating. Today, I will aim for the ultimate golden seat. Corner box in the smoking area.
Otaku are overwhelmingly non-smokers. Oh wait, no, shit, fuck.
I think that's the
That's
No, it's the
newspaper.
Still
Oh.
the quote.
Otaku are overwhelmingly non-smokers, so I'll procure a spot in the smoking area and set up camp there.
As expected of Ryu, the hunter.
The hunter
saying
from
his
Left 4 Dead.
He's the hunt down the Freeman. He's saying his victory was decided the moment he chose his seat. In actuality, Ryu used the same tactic during the grand opening of Akihabara's and succeeded in getting the best seats in the house. Maybe he was at Ferris's cafe. Anyway, back then, he also went early in the afternoon, just after the lunch rush, and not only did he find his target seat empty, he also obtained it with ease. By utilizing tricks such as ordering a little at a time, he effectively increased the number of opportunities for engagement, carefully scoping out his chance for a picture. But, as if cursed by that from the day before,
Asterisk.
the god of war photography did not smile at him. So Oyashiro-sama is the god of war photography. Write this down, guys. After suffering successive, firm defeats until 3 p.m., he finds no chances coming his way. And after 4 p.m., a man began to take his orders. It looks as though he's been seen through. It is the rule of a hunter to withdraw, with grace once marked.
What's he talking about?
He's talking about getting a seat at a maid cafe. I hope that...
He's also talking about photographing the waitresses
Yes.
in secret. My aim was perfect, but the fork technique I used at 2:30 seemed to have backfired.
The what?
Fork.
The fork technique.
Maybe they were wary, since I sat in a booth and left my bag on the floor. Perhaps the hidden camera in the back trick is already old hat. If there were 2-digit EGs involved for sticking here half the day, I have a high encounter rate. I am mortified.
2-digit EGs?
Even so, he's still got a few pieces of gold. As to be expected from the hunter. He attained this nice angle, despite lamenting his failure. He is an artisan. More surprising, though, is that this uniform conquest across Japan has yielded not a single arrested person. What an amazing start for the hunter who brags about having been to approximately half of the total prefectural police stations in the country. That thing, the day before. The day before, our hunter took on the Shrine Maiden cuisine in Nagoya. His hunter spirit showed through too zealously, and as soon as he entered the store, he was seen through, placed in a booth, and waited on by the head priest. Oh no! How terrible. Despite waiting half a day, the much-anticipated Shrine Maidens appeared only at the time of his first order. A seriously huge blunder for a hunter. Now then, here we have the giveaway of the hunter's original photographs that always receive such high praise. We'll present one passionate reader with 3 all-you-can-eat low-angle pictures of the Angel Mort uniforms, chosen by the hunter himself. With such blazing hot pictures, you, too, can become a war photographer today. Is this why they killed Tomatake?
I can't
No, this
believe
is actually
Gordon-
Oishi-san writing this. As
Oh.
bunny girls are his favorite, after
I
all.
see.
I can't believe Gordon Freeman works at Angel Lord, actually.
It's true, he's dead.
Alright, we got our
Shrine
first tips of the
priest.
session. Let's go. And now we move on to the next part. Alright, who wants to teach
I'll
somebody?
take her.
Oh my god, Tsukihime reference.
Listen up, I'm not gonna do that. Listen up, everybody. If you don't take cooking seriously, somebody's gonna get hurt. This is part of your education as well, so don't fool around and do it seriously.
Oh my god, she's already
A
gone.
lazy,
lost
yeah,
her.
walked into the class in response. Half of the school day today was going to be home economics class. Why did that trick me up? The plan was for everybody to make curry rice. You told me that this is also a Tsukihime reference, right?
And unironically, I'm willing to bet that it is supposed to be because, again, there's a character.
Is there a character who's just like obsessed with curry rice?
Relatively similar and basically consistently has curry rice, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, looking at this character, I did not expect curry rice to be their personality, but...
That's her defining feature.
Like, she's wearing all white. That just seems like a bad idea. Anyway.
Blue on the inside, dabba-dee dabba-die.
That goes to show her skill and not letting a single drop spill.
The plan was for everybody to make curry rice, and give it to the forest rangers who let this building be rented out as a school. If everybody were making curry in the same pot, it would have been more of a party-like atmosphere, but this was school after all. Excluding the youngest students, each one of us would be making our own curry, with the results being judged.
Alright, everybody. It may be that nowadays curry's an easy meal anybody can make, but it has its roots in traditional Indian cuisine. Even though we've altered it a bit in a Japanese style, it is still instilled with the knowledge and culture of ancient Indiana.
Indiana.
Absolutely do not neglect that fact. I'll have words with anybody who doesn't take this seriously, so be prepared for that.
She's gonna beat them to death with the textbook. That seems like a needlessly passionate sermon on curry. Well, whatever. We can just move past that.
It's rumored that She-sensei has devoted her life to curry. She'll probably be a pretty strict judge.
As long as you're not failing, your grade in home ec doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter at all.
Bro is singing Bohemian Rhapsody?
I wouldn't say that if I were you. The teacher's a tyrant when it comes to curry.
Brenda didn't even say anything about her catchphrase being stolen. What the heck does that even mean? A curry tyrant? Never heard of that before.
You see, our normally mild-mannered teacher, who beat me on the head with the corner of a textbook, for some unfathomable reason, is a stickler for curry. Unyieldingly so.
Yeah. It's said that every year she goes on a journey to India to research mythical curry.
This is just a rumor, but it seems that she eats curry rice 3 meals a day, and if she occasionally has something else, it always has to be curry flavored.
I think the teacher has a problem.
I think Chiatress is our theory now.
I feel like if you did that, you could also just eat Soylent and it would be healthier for the same result. That's not unyielding, that's unnatural. Is she part of an evil cult or something? Besides, doesn't curry top the list when it comes to junk food? Curry 3 times a day is just weird, nutritionally speaking, and...
Thunk, thunk, thunk! Embedded into the table right by my fingertips, a chef's knife, ladle, and spatula, hummed gently as if they still
See,
quivered.
the ladle's embedded.
The teacher, while still mixing her own pot, was looking this way, smiling. Kei-chan! Shh! If you say any more, you'll be sleeping with the fishes! Saying even a little bit more would make my situation a lot more dire.
Yeah. Just be serious and make your curry properly and everything's good, alright?
I don't think it's going to be that easy today.
Look, Mi-chan's... It's written all over her face. Oh, that's...
It's written
that's
all
you.
over her face. If the playing field is even, and we're being judged, there's no way this won't turn into a competition.
We can finally see the narration in front of Neon.
Finally! It looks like we're all on the same page. It's a cooking contest! I knew it! There's no way Mion would leave such an enticing event alone.
How shall we determine the victor? by how the teacher judges it?
As I was saying, but wait, there's more. The teacher reappeared with the principal in tow.
The purpose of today's event is to show appreciation for the people at the forestry service, so they'll be judging the results with me.
Yep. Your teacher and I, as well as 5 people from the forestry service, will be judging your cooking. Good luck to everyone!
Even the principal?
Nani?
Nani? Looking around, it seemed like the interests of everybody in the class had been piqued. So that's what's happening. This isn't going to be just some casual curry cook-off.
Ren is good at making curry. I'm not going to lose today.
My grade is cooking in a group, so I'm together with Rika.
That's unfair. I'm pretty sure that Rika is good at cooking.
My curry is so tasty it'll send shivers down your spine.
Hold on, I think I might have turned GM down a little too much. I turned you back up just a smidge.
Turn me up, goddammit, Keiichi.
Okay,
Get out your
there you
ears.
go. What about Mion? She doesn't seem like she's too good at cooking. Her type has always been bad at this kind of thing. But Mion continued to look unconcerned. I'll tell you what Kei-chan is thinking right now. Mion is definitely bad at cooking. Am I right? I don't like the way she said that. It couldn't be. Mion couldn't possibly. At that moment, the teacher's whistle sounded.
Alright, everybody, are you ready? Be very careful with the knives. Stato.
The call to arms had sounded. We had to use an outdoor kit to cook the rice, but that wasn't that difficult for a camping veteran like me. Put the rice into the canister, push your palm to the bottom, and fill with water to just above the wrist.
Are you alright with only that much water? If you don't put in more, it could be bad.
You filthy liar. If I put it any more, I'll just be left with some half-cooked porridge.
Satoko, if that's meant to be a trick, it won't work. I'm used to cooking rice with these utensils. First it starts to bubble, then the steam starts to puff. Don't take the lid off, no matter what.
Keiichi-kun, you're amazing. This is a little unexpected. Did you learn this at summer camp?
My dad really likes to go camping, see? Whenever summer comes around, our family goes a lot.
So this means everybody is good at cooking the rice. In other words, the critical part of this challenge will be the curry.
Curry is Rika's specialty. We'll cream you all.
I like curry with cream. Yum.
Lost me at Rika's. Why don't you help with the cooking too?
Maybe. Stoko-chan is helping the most by doing nothing at all.
Rude.
The ends justify the means. I have to win.
That was a pretty malicious comment for Rena, who has never done anything wrong.
That's so true.
Satoko took it hook, line, and sinker. Rena could only apologize between fits of laughter while Satoko chased her around. Well now, should we move on to the curry? For now, the battle truly begins. After rinsing off the carrots, potatoes, and other standard vegetables, I grasp the knife.
What will today's curry taste like?
As Rena hummed along, her very well-practiced hands wielded her knife. The rhythmical sound of the knife hitting the cutting board harkened to kind images of days long past. Simply put, It was perfect! I was so calm in practice. It was so calm in practice. I seriously don't stand a chance! I looked over at Satoko and Rika-chan. Satoko was in charge of washing the vegetables, while Rika-chan was in charge of peeling them. That's what I heard being discussed, but Rika-chan's knife skills are something else as well. She was happily rotating the potato and peeling it quite quickly. On top of that, the peel spanned the entire potato. What was that called again? Katsuramuki? Katsuramuki? I've never heard of that. I've heard that peeling a vegetable in one loop around like that is a highly regarded technique. She picked up the peel from the sink and carved a pair of eyes into it with her knife.
It's a snake. Roar!
Snakes don't roar, Rika! Saying that, she placed the longly peeled potato skin on top of the head of a boy from her group. She wasn't even breaking a sweat. When it comes to Rika-chan and cooking, I couldn't even hold a candle to her because she made a little potato snake. But... roar? Do snakes make that sound? Ryukishi,
Kate, you get original jokes.
No!
Come on now.
Alright then, how's Mion doing? She's definitely just fumbling along. There's no way she could peel potatoes so effortlessly like that. Absolutely no way. But maybe Shion could.
This can't be. You gotta be kidding me. This is a trick. She's using special effects. Where's the wire? She's definitely using a wire.
Here, take a look-see. As if she had already won, Mion proudly showed me the elongated potato skin.
You didn't know, Keiichi? Mii was taught to cook how to cook by her grandma.
Not just cooking. From sewing to flower arrangement to playing the koto, from marksmanship to radio operation, even helicopter piloting is but one of the myriad things she can do.
This has a helicopter.
Strangely enough, the latter items were more realistic. It was the first few items on the list that seemed like a lie.
She's actually really good at cooking. It's just such a hassle that she never does it, though.
Damn it! I'm also really good at cooking, especially Chinese food and instant ramen.
Keiichi,
Pork bone ramen.
Boiling something and pouring it into a bowl doesn't count as cooking.
Fuck you mean it doesn't? Shot down before I could even say it.
Too bad for you. Today, Keiichi-san shall be assuredly languishing in defeat all alone.
Clank.
Tough words from somebody who can't even cook by herself.
Rika.
There. I'll destroy Keiichi for you.
Oh no! Gah! This does not look good. Everybody is smirking at me.
He's giving the children motivation to beat him up.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like with the human trafficking thing and all.
Well, they don't know about that.
Yeah, they don't know about that yet. Don't raise the white flag yet, Keiichi Maibara. Don't throw away this match. Calm down and think. Not about how to peel these potatoes well, but about how to win this challenge.
There's too many people watching. I'm going to work at another sink.
Saying only that, I gathered up all the vegetables and left that spot behind.
Will Keiichi-kun be alright? I'm worried he might cut himself with his knife.
Foreshadowing? Question mark?
Like a potato whose skin had not yet been peeled.
I can't wait for, like, the one single Keiichi skin piece that we're going to have later.
Oh, hell yeah. This is gonna be great. Let's see what Kei-chan's doing. No matter how hard I try peeling these, if I slip up at this speed, I'll lop my fingers right off. Then, there's only one thing left to do. Oh
What?
my god!
Okamura-kun. Oh, you guys were in a group of 4, huh?
It was the 2 underclassmen that have become my sworn brothers ever since the event at that toy store last Sunday. Yes, the event. Let's just say that.
The event.
They had been paired with 2 girls for their group.
Yep, both the girls are pretty good at cooking.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
No one else took it, so that's what you get.
So both of us can just mess around and we'll be okay.
Both of them pointed at the girls. They're not as good as Rena, but they were both good enough at handling the knife.
I'll get straight to the point. At this rate, I'm going to lose this contest. Give me the vegetables your group has peeled already.
My Hana-san, that's pretty much theft. But depending on what's in it for us...
This is basically my voice for Tama in 428, by the way.
Sounds like Eric Parkman.
In other words, it depends on the terms of the negotiation.
Quite bold of you guys. Well, that's to be expected. Was that sound effect in the game, or did someone play that?
That was in the game. It
Oh.
sounded. I'm pretty
Why
sure
does he
that's
get the anime
royalty-free,
flash?
Because it's in 100% OJ. Anyway,
Oh,
It's the new type flash.
then let's do this. If I win, I'll let you eat the curry that Satoka and Rika-chan's group makes. How about that?
I don't know about that.
both of them were hesitant after such a weighty proposal. Just one little push seems in order. Very well then, let's make them an offer they can't refuse. I pulled both of them close by the shoulders, and made my offer in a hushed tone.
Of course, that includes the part that Satoku and Rika-chan have already eaten some of. I'll even throw in the spoons.
Moving on. Splooge. Splooge. No.
Really,
Splooge is like the
That's
worst
quite the
for
word
this.
choice.
artisan choice.
A red mist spouted vigorously from the noses of the two underclassmen.
It's realistic. Huh? Katie-san is also pretty good at this. Those are some very nice potatoes.
After having brilliantly cleared the vegetable peeling challenge. Sure, I returned to my comrades in triumph. I guess that's one
That's
way-
right, we're gonna cheat.
Whoa! Amazing, amazing! Keiji-kun's peeling is really good.
I mean, to be fair, they are allowed to cheat during the game, so that's fine. That's not quite right. What Kei-chan has bared isn't a potato, but his fangs.
Yeah, I'm super serious about this. I'll crush you all.
Having finished with preparing the vegetables, next is to boil a pot of water, then add the vegetables in order of which takes longest to cook. I learned this part from my mother when we went camping.
Advanced stuff.
Just cooking in order, it probably won't garner a lot of points. Looking over at Rena, she had a variety of vegetables cooking together in a delicate balance. She wasn't being ambitious or calculating a way to win the game. She was making delicious food with a mother's touch. I have a feeling that I could somehow compete with Mion's
Mommy
vertical
Rena.
technique, but I would be no match for Rena. She was way out of my league.
No, they're equals in terms of freak.
When my mother makes curry, you see, she always uses lots of ingredients. That's why Rena's curry uses a lot of ingredients as well. I really wanted to take all night and stew it nice and slow.
Beg of you, will you please just help a little with my curry?
No. This is one of the club activities. Rena won't lose.
When she enters club mode, even the normally kind Rena becomes an enemy because she's never done anything wrong.
Maybe she was in club mode for the entirety of Onikakushi.
True! She was in cute mode.
She can't be blamed if she's in club mode, you know?
It looks like
Your Honor.
Rika-chan is cooking apples as well.
Your Honor, my client was in club mode.
Keiichi's gonna be using that defense pretty soon. Anyway, looks like Rika-chan is cooking apples as well. She's a pro at this. How about Mion?
Mion, you... What the heck is that? Where did you get meat from?
Oh, this? This is one of my classmates.
That's Tomita-kun, by the way.
That's Tomotaki's neck. Juicy, meaty, fatty.
Finally
better than
marbled
Porchasu. Anyway,
and scratched.
I predicted what we would be doing today by looking at the schedule, so I prepared accordingly. My curry is going to be marvelous. Upon closer inspection, it looks like Mion brought her own vegetables and spices and other ingredients. They were spread all over the place. Mion, just for today, you brought all this stuff from your house.
Katie should have brought his rat
Objection!
poison.
Chie-sensei, there's no way this is allowed, is it?
Objection overruled. As long as it makes for delicious curry, anything goes.
For that normally serious teacher to go so far as to append a star to the end of her sentence. Just as the rumors said, she's a through and through curry freak.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, I'm just getting really into club mode right now.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair.
Rena and Rika-chan are naturally gifted chefs. I've come with thorough preparations. And, Kei-chan, what about you? It's hopeless. In the grand scheme of cooking, peeling the vegetables is only a small part of it. The hurdles I must overcome are just too numerous and too high.
My bar-san, over here.
Turning around, I saw the voices calling me belong to the two underclassmen from earlier, Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun.
What's up, you guys? What's up with that pot? Is that from your group?
Switch this with your pot before somebody notices. I think that the curry the girls from our group made, at the very least, is better than what you could make.
Probably. You guys!
Don't get the wrong idea. If you don't win, then that is...
Oh, that's right. If I don't win, then the talk of eating Satoko and Rika-chan's curry goes right out the window. It seems like you guys are getting riled up about this too. Never say that again.
Sorry, I'm in your debt. But I'm surprised the girls in your group agreed to this.
My bar-san, we're also serious about this.
Filling in on day duty 3 times. These guys, to assure me victory, have paid the price. That gay is filled with burning conviction for my underclassmen. Yeah, I'm not fighting this alone. I'm fighting this with everyone.
Leave it to me. Save some room, boys. I'll definitely let you eat your fill.
Okay,
We
3,
shall... Oh,
2,
okay.
1.
We shall
be eagerly awaiting your victory.
Okay, whatever, it's fine.
Flawless. Flawless.
Absolutely perfect execution.
After it's a gas stove, so controlling the heat is easy. All that's left is to let it stew a bit. The delicious smell of curry began wafting upwards. The pot gifted to me by my 2 underclassmen certainly drew some double takes. Rena even looked surprised when she came to take a look, so it must be pretty good. Kei-chan, you're pretty good. And it looks like this will be a good match right into the bitter end.
Rena wants to eat Keiichi-kun's curry. Curry!
I'm not scurry, and me and scurry too. Everybody's a worthy opponent. I've done my very best, but I'm not sure of the outcome.
Ichi-san, Rika's calling you. Go see what she wants.
She heard about the human trafficking. Oh no.
Murder.
What? Rika-chan's calling me?
She's gonna put in like fucking rat poison into your
Well,
soup, Keiichi.
whatever.
I made a joke earlier.
While I'm at it, I could gather some intelligence on the enemy. Rika-chan was doodling on the ground in front of the pot. Because that's all that's left is to let it stew. Even then, it's good to know that she doesn't leave the stove unattended, unlike me.
Hey, Rika-chan, how's yours doing?
It's Mr. Curry.
Huh? Rika-chan was doodling something strange, and introduced it as Mr. Curry.
Mr. Curry is amazing. He shoots beams from his eyes. Pew, pew.
Okay, she's definitely the killer. We're all in agreement, right? Apparently, Mr. Curry shoots beams from his eyes. Drawing a beam with a stick, she etched a line towards my feet. Oh, she
I
killed
think
them
Mr.
with her
Curry
eye
is the killer.
beams!
I
She
think
killed
Mr. Curry is the
Tomitake
killer.
with her eye beams that make you commit suicide.
Oh
Duh.
yeah.
Does this mean I've been shot with a laser?
Ah! Barrier! Beam reflect!
I took another stick in my hand and reflected the beam, striking Mr. Curry.
Mr. Curry can shoot missiles from his stomach. Shoo!
We're definitely getting distracted from our own Curry, aren't we?
Ah! Mybar super electromagnetic barrier and retaliatory beam.
This is gonna go very bad.
Mr. Curry absorbs the beam energy and fires his impulse wave cannon.
Rika-chan and I scratched at the ground, thoroughly engrossed in our doodle war. Wait a moment.
Hey, Rika-chan, you called me here for a reason, right?
Yes, I called you. But I've already fulfilled my purpose.
We're fucked. We're so fucked. At that moment, a chill ran up my spine. This is the third time we've had this sound effect played during club mode now.
She's planted a bomb in his curry.
This is the third
Small
time.
bombs?
Oh my god, small bombs? That, okay,
my
that's gonna be really funny later, Soggy, but you don't need to know for now. Anyway.
My curry queen has already touched your assignment.
At that moment, a chill ran up my spine. Already fulfilled her purpose?
They got me.
That's like the most exclamation points he's ever used. What the fuck?
Okay,
Seven.
but the last time he used like 6 exclamation mark, he was actually supposed to be whispering. You can't be sure with Keiichi.
Fair enough.
That's
But I wasn't
saying it
pointing
really
out
quietly
your.
to
I'm
himself.
just pointing out that this is like the most he's ever used. I'm pretty
Back to
sure
the
his
AS
record is 7.
Back to the
Anyway.
ASMR theory.
Also, to be fair, they did say in the ending pretty much that he definitely was not whispering and everyone heard him. Anyway, headed back to my pot, standing there, just as I feared, was Satoko, who was adding a drug that makes you commit suicide. With no questions asked, I dropped into the back of the
Bro, he's throwing hands.
So first we do human trafficking, and now we're drop kicking children.
Why is he doing the Yakuza Heat action?
With no questions asked, I drop kicked the back of her head.
What do you think you're doing? You know better than to do that to a lady's head.
Who cares about that? Satoko, did you mix something with my curry?
How impertinent. I haven't fallen that far. Despite what you may think, I'm a fair person, you know. She put thumbtacks in there.
Then what's this incomprehensible line of ladles and plates? Leaving them all in these unstable positions. If they fall over, what will you do?
At that moment, a gentle breeze blew by, knocking over a ladle that was stood up on its end. The ladle, like a domino, fell over and knocked over the next cooking utensil in a row. Whap, 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 whap. Clank, clank, thud, thud.
I was gonna put a shot put ball into the soup.
Oh my fucking god. I hate that I
This
instantly understood that
is
reference.
art. Come to think of it, Domino World Record Challenges were quite the rage on television a while back.
Kei-chan! The frying pan! I didn't even have time to react. The chain reaction knocked over a cutting board, then a frying pan. The next after that was my pot. Crash! The fry pan struck my pot full force, tipping it over. The contents cruelly spilled out, and now my masterpiece was being sampled by the schoolyard. I stared, dumbfounded. It was such a beautiful and elaborate mousetrap that for a moment, I lost touch with reality.
Keiichi, you're so fucking stupid.
Just for a moment.
This never happened to Keiichi or any other
He
person.
slowly watched the fucking contraption knock his shit over.
I mean, what else do you do when somebody
It was
says
too
I'm a
it was too majestic, bro. You don't interrupt something like that. It's art.
Oh
He didn't
my,
say
oh
that.
my. This is a catastrophe. I didn't do anything, you hear me? Oh.
The very last moment, I had let my guard down, almost as if Rika-chan was the culprit. I ignored the culinarily incompetent Satoko for far too long. Even if she couldn't cook, Satoko still had this method of fighting back.
Putting Subway Surfers gameplay on next to your pot while she knocks it over.
Just then, Rena, who had been sampling her own pot, let out a scream.
What? Rena's curry is salty? Salty?
Was Rena also sabotaged? Then what about Mion? My rice is salty! I've been had!
With all the obstacles in my way, or with this, all the obstacles in my way have been taken care of before the fight even begins.
All that effort wasted. So sad. So sad.
You're evil! You're evil, little demon child! Anyway,
So very, very sad.
Goblin.
They're just in club mode.
Oh, okay.
Chill.
Your
That's
Honor,
good.
my client was in club mode. Rika and Chan and Satoko rubbed my dumbfounded head to their heart's content.
You're pretty fun, Kei-chan. Don't come to school tomorrow.
Don't come to Oyashiro-sama tomorrow. Also, I like how he's still calling Rika with an honorific, but not Satoko. Anyway, pushing the desks
She's a
together.
pure goblin.
It was a-
Satoko isn't.
Pushing the desks together, it was about time for the meals to be judged. The delicious odor of curry spread throughout the courtyard. The members of the forestry service, to whom we owed gratitude for their daily work, were guided to their seats. The principal gave a bit of a ceremonial introduction. Next, the teacher expressed her desire for them to judge the curry contest. The men from the forestry service seemed to like that kind of thing, and gave their enthusiastic approval.
Well then, is everybody finished? We'll now have all the judges sample your cooking.
We're going to get beaten to death. This is going to be a very short chapter. Everybody in the class brought up their painstakingly made curry and arranged them on the desk. The only club members who managed a decent result were Rika-chan's group. Knowing full well it was a failure, Rena plated her curry for the judges. She already knew she was going to get a low score. But at least she was still able to serve hers. Both Mion's and my curry were completely obliterated, so we couldn't even line them up on the table. But wasn't Mion's just oversalted? Anyway, The judges started from the curry.
She shot
meat
it
at the lower
afterwards.
grade. She shot it with her gun. Okay, fair. They had a lively discussion, praising the food. Finally, it was our curry's turn.
Next up is Ryugu-kun's curry. Yes, this looks quite appetizing.
Interesting that they're using kun here.
It's pretty common
Real-
for children, I think.
Real principal hours.
I've never heard of that, so I did not know that. Anyway, the principal cheerfully shoved a spoonful of Rena's salty curry into his mouth. Of course, his expression immediately changed.
Oh my, what happened, Ryugu-san? It seemed so delicious when you were cooking it.
Chie-sensei must have had some expectations, judging from her disappointment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I might have added a bag of salt by accident.
I hate it when that happens. The rest of the judges grimaced after they each had a bite. I feel sorry for them.
Failure is but the seasoning for success. I'm looking forward to next time. Do your best.
Saying that, the principal devoured the rest of the oversalted curry in one go. Truly, a man amongst men.
Based salt enjoyer.
Rena was down and out. Her offensive capabilities were something else, but she was defeated due to her weak defense. So she's like a hyper-offensive Pokemon, for example.
Like, Jinx.
Well then,
No.
please savor our curry next.
Oops.
I see that Furude-san's group put a lot of effort into their curry. Let's see here. It's simple but very nicely done, Star.
Star. I knew you were gonna say the star. There was also the incident with Rena's salted curry right before this. So the judge's assessment was extraordinarily high. Maybe not just extraordinary, but perhaps today's forerunner? The judges began a heated debate. One of those judges let out a sigh as he removed a chunk of carrot with a spoon.
Yeah, this kid's curry really isn't half bad, but I don't like carrots, you see.
Personally,
What a
I think
bitch.
that carrots are a staple of curry. But I guess to each their own. However, seeing that, Rika-chan read the nameplate on the chest of his coveralls and began to speak.
1682781.
What?
That's no good, Kyoji. That's no good, Kyoji. You have to eat your carrots.
What is she saying all of a sudden? Everybody turned to Rika-chan with a stunned look. But what Rika-chan just did was super effective. See, she is a Pokemon! The carrot-hating judge began stuffing his face with curry, while tears streamed down his face.
Damn,
You
she
should
corrected
eat your
him.
carrots now. Kyoji, there's seconds if you want them.
Sob.
You got
Just
it.
skipped out.
While crying like that, he continued to shovel curry into his mouth. That's right. Rika-chan's curry was by no means simple. No, that curry had the taste of a mother's cooking. With the carrot-hating judge out of the picture, Rika-chan's assessment was unanimous. She killed him with the carrots.
Nobody can stand up to Rika's curry.
Satoko let off a shrill laugh as she declared victory. I accidentally... Whoops. But at that moment... Don't be fooled, my esteemed judges! Don't be deceived into thinking that this meager slop is the taste only a mother can provide. What you people actually wanted to eat was this kind of curry, wasn't it? Ooh! All of a sudden, in its perfect glory, Mion's curry. Not only the judges, but the teacher, the underclassmen, and of course myself, could only gasp in admiration. Hamburg steak with a demi-glace sauce and a fresh salad, now available at Japanese Denny's. It's a set! It wouldn't be stretching it to say that this was a full course meal. God damn it. It's perfect. Perfectly made.
Amazing! Amazing! Mi-chan, you're amazing! Mi-chan, you're amazing!
I think Mi-chan might be amazing. Satoko was also shocked. Even Rika-chan couldn't hide her surprise. It seems the victor was decided without even needing a taste. Of course, the hamburger was hand-kneaded. The salad also had a home-style dressing, but of professional quality. And the curry, not even a micron of grit.
This is sublime. Truly a taste to savor, Sonozaki-san. This curry is, no doubt, a living testimony of 6,000 years of Indian knowledge and beautiful harmony with Japanese cuisine. I'm elated. This deserves full marks. I'm giving it 100 points.
Jesus Christ! Aw, you're welcome. I'm just trying to set an example as class representative. Mion bowed politely. And then winked at us with a smirk on her face. Wink.
I admit defeat.
There's no way this is happening. I'm certain I sabotaged that pot of rice.
That's right. Satoko had dumped salt into Mion's rice cooker, which should have ruined it. At that moment, it hit me. I spun back towards my own canister. That's why! At some point, my cooking canister had been opened, its contents completely emptied.
Damn you, Leon! You used my rice! That's no fair! Hand over half your curry!
Mion clucked her tongue and waved her finger at me as a smirk washed over her face. Whoa there, kid-chan. You're not taking this seriously enough. You gave up at the last moment. I didn't. That's the difference between us. As soon as you give up, it's all over. I couldn't even properly voice my shame. Is Ryukishi calling me out right now? Anyway.
Huh?
Is Ryukishi saying that I gave up at the last moment by saying that it's a curse? Is this a metaphor?
No, I think you're reading too much into it.
No, I think I'm not reading enough into it.
Perhaps.
Anyway.
Mi-chan, I feel sorry for Keiichi-kun. Just give him at least a little.
It's fine, it's fine. This is a lesson. Kei-chan just learned that you shouldn't give up on the contest until it's all over, right? It loathes me to say it, but Mion is right. To give up so quickly on the match was my own folly. For Mion to have brought that to my attention, I should actually be thankful to her. Well then, did that mean that even in this situation, I shouldn't give up?
My curry was overturned while it was still in the pot, and I don't have any rice left. How in the blazes am I supposed to not lose hope in this situation?
Maibara-san.
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun suddenly appeared.
They teleported in.
Damn it! Even though my proteges had tried so hard, I
And got
wasn't
so
able to meet
far.
their expectations.
It was an accident. There was nothing you could do.
Come on.
It's
Both
not
of
the
them
car
were
accident
rejected.
wasn't your fault.
It wasn't your fault, Keiichi. You have to let it go. Both of them were dejected. Gah, I couldn't accept defeat so easily. I was their senior. What would I be if I didn't pick up the broken pieces of the dream I had shown them? I just learned it from Mion just now, didn't I? Don't throw away the contest. Not until the last moment.
Engage my about think. Not about how to make more curry, but about how to win the match. Ah!
I had an idea. I didn't think it could turn the tables, but it was better than nothing.
Dominican, come and wash your hands. Help me out. Look, American, there's something I want you to find.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, gotcha.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Both of them dispersed after receiving these instructions.
They turn to mist.
Oh? How
They
does
teleported
Kate-chan
to the
going
woods.
Flounder about at the end. Why didn't you show me?
Nobody likes a stubborn fool, you know.
Shut up. Just sit there and watch. The last card I have to play. First off, Mion, I'll be taking some of your rice. I won't let you say no.
I don't really care. It's salty after all.
It's okay if Rena helps out too, right? Keiichi-kun is in trouble right now.
Hearing you say that, it's very reassuring. Well done, Rena. Go make some tea.
Oh, he doesn't trust me.
Next, Satoko, also Rika-chan. I challenge you to a side bet.
What did you say?
We'll listen to your request.
This was my duty to my two proteges who shed blood, sweat, and tears for my sake.
Satoko, Rika-chan, if I receive a perfect score, I'll be taking your curry. Nothing for you to eat.
You need to know when to stop joking around. I'll be giving a big NO to that.
No, it's alright, Satoko. Take him up on it. Firmly patting the top of Satoko's head, Mion said those words with all the gravitas of a club president. I said glub president. She's not a fish.
Whoa. Fish president.
You handicapped him this much, didn't you? There's no way you can make up for that. So meet him head on. No matter how hard he struggles, he's not going to make a comeback. Right?
That may be true, but
I don't mind. Keiichi, go for it. Yay!
They still don't know about the whole human trafficking thing. Anyway. Yay!
And maybe they do, and that's what they're actually talking about.
Are they? Maybe they're into the human trafficking? The judges, seemingly growing tired of sampling the various curries, were debating each entry. From what little I overheard, it seemed that Mion's impending victory was not in question.
by the way, what happened to my Baracoon's cookie? My Baracoon. What? I have cookies on my mind. My Baracoon's curry. I still haven't tried it yet.
Oh yeah, how did your baking come out, by the way?
The muffins I made yesterday, they're pretty good.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. The pot with my curry in it fell over. Is that so? That's a real shame. I may have lost my curry, but that doesn't mean I've lost this contest. I'll have everybody singing my praises.
My combative posturing had drawn the attention of all the judges.
First of all, just be quiet and eat these, please. I'll listen to your complaints after that.
Keiichi?
First of all, this is my cooking!
I did two uppercase eyes. My Baracoon, that's...
Onigiri, huh?
The judges smiled wryly at the simple fare that was quite in contrast to the preceding bravado. Rena poured tea into the cup she had brought over from the break room, which was full of a drug that makes you kill yourself.
He's making a mockery of this. There, look, there's not even any filling. It's nothing more than salted onigiri.
Actually, they're filled with needles.
This isn't even worthy of being called a contest anymore.
It's true. The amount of salt might be a little much, but
Rena's expression told me that she thought this was a great idea, but it still might not be enough to win the match.
My Bara-san, is this really enough for you to make a comeback?
I'm trying to go for like Funimation Goblin, you know?
Gentlemen, you did well. It's alright. Just watch.
The judges were chewing with their mouths full and sipping at the tea. Nobody was singing praises or awestruck. They were just quietly chowing down. It seems that Kei-chan has learned how to use some rather underhanded tricks.
You put drugs in the onigiri.
Might be difficult. We put a drug that makes you kill yourself in the onigiri. This is my joke for the session. Anyway.
yeah, that's right. Rena understands that now, too.
What? What do you mean? Why is everybody just quietly eating that much?
You see, Satoko-chan? That's because the judges are actually...
Think about how to kill themselves.
Tired of eating curry. Because they were judges, they had to sample each and every offering. And because they were from small children, because they were made to show their appreciation, they couldn't eat just a little bit of each.
Sometimes a man values the amount more than the taste. At those times, rather than the rich, mind-blowing flavor, they crave simplicity.
They couldn't say it out loud, but this was the tastiest thing they'd had today. I confirmed that by looking at their eyes as the judges smiled wryly.
I'll praise your efforts, but today's contest was about curry. I'm not sure we can give a score to this.
The teacher and the principal had folded their arms while they pondered the situation. My underlings, seeing that, saw the small glimmer of hope fade away and grew dejected. Was this little surprise just not enough? Don't give up, Kei-chan. Mion whispered quietly. That's right. If I didn't push here...
No, I'll have you give it a score. If you think that curry and onigiri are really that different, you're sorely mistaken.
Huh? My Barakun, what are you saying? How are you saying?
Why are you so into the curry?
He's got it. He's an Indian character.
I mean, it's
I
in character.
I guess. The
I'm in
principal stopped
character.
the teacher. Character? It looked like he was giving me one final chance. The judges, having eaten their fill, quietly waited for my excitement. Well, quietly waited for my statement. God damn it! I'm sorry, I read too fast.
In its homeland of India, curry is usually eaten with a type of bread called naan, isn't it?
Nani?
Therefore, you could say that this cuisine we call curry rice is something that we have adopted and modified. Just as the teacher said at the beginning, it's a fusion of Indian and Japanese cuisine.
I know what you're trying to say, my Barakun, but what does that have to do with onigiri?
It's actually quite simple. Both curry and onigiri are things made to let you enjoy eating rice.
Rice was introduced to Japan from ancient China. This is the most anime moment I think that has happened so far. Our agricultural forebears watered the fields, fighting the elements, disease, and pests to grow and raise our rice-centric culture. All it's missing is like a couple CGs, like with diagrams.
This is the scene of Baki where it's explaining things.
Something like that. Yes, the Japanese people have formulated a plethora of dishes, but those were nothing more than attempts to find ways to enjoy eating rice. In other words,
Curry and onigiri are both the results of rice culture.
it was scattered at first, but slowly grew into a steady roar.
Like
It was
that of a snake.
Thunderous applause that praised me. Yeah, like the snake that roared.
Enough of the nonsense already. I won't accept this. The teacher's only judging curry, you know. This is out of the question. It obviously deserves 0 points.
Miss, Keiichi-kun did his best. Could you please acknowledge that?
Today's class is supposed to be about curry. What should we do?
Mion, stifling her laughter, stepped forward. There's a story about how when a Michelin 3-star chef from France came to Japan, the people from the hotel he was staying at had a whole bunch of ingredients imported from France. But the chef didn't even give them a second glance.
I wonder why that was. They were ingredients from his homeland.
The chef went to a local fish market and made a dish from fresh fish caught in Japan. The culture of food isn't bound by predetermined rules. It's culture. If you come to Japan, you meld with Japanese culture and make something new. That's how curry and onigiri are the same. Mion, she was providing fire support. I had to be grateful. Everybody salute. The judges were somehow moved by this complicated, yet baseless trivia. A stern look washed over the teacher's face as she refolded her arms, as if she were...
Oh, she's becoming a rant tuber. Hi, Barakun, your pot of curry was flipped over, wasn't it? Even though I said at the beginning to be careful.
Oh, we're getting beaten.
I'm sorry.
But, as Mai Barakun and Sonozaki-san said, there are no boundaries in cuisine. If it's something that can amaze people, then it's not something that should be discriminated against just because of the form.
Them.
For spilling your pot, minus 20 points. But just for today, for not giving up and doing your best, plus 20 points, I'll give you 100 points.
We did it! Yay!
My Bara-san!
We did it!
We did it!
My underclassmen leapt at me. A perfect score. We did it! We did it! The curry was spilt and our rice was taken. But we made a comeback.
Our rice was taken.
In the end, Rika-chan's curry also received full marks, so everybody but Rena had a perfect score. Oh no! We're gonna have to kill Rena with hammers. Since this contest was outside the scope of regular club activities, there
the baseball bat, you mean?
particular penalty game. Rena breathed a sigh of relief.
I mean, they're both blunt instruments.
Now then, as promised, Satoko, Rika-chan, I'll be taking your curry.
But that means we won't have any lunch.
Satoko stomped angrily at the ground in frustration, but the price of defeat was absolute.
Is what I wanted to say, but I'll show you some mercy. You can eat half.
Thank you, Keiichi.
My two proteges peered over from the sidelines, tears of joy streaming from their faces. We exchanged glances that would only be understood amongst men. Jesus Christ. We did it, Mayabara-san! Ah, this is all thanks to you! We flashed each other a thumbs up.
Now, I just have to give these to my pupils. I've gotten pretty hungry myself. I guess I will just have one of my onigiri. Wait, huh?
There was
A needle?
There was no trace of my onigiri. Instead, there was a mochi with a needle in it. My favorite.
It said there was a bomb.
The ones I had set aside for myself included. As I peered around searching for them, the principal clapped a hand on my shoulder.
When I was listening to that speech you gave, the rice I was chewing grew even more delicious. Could it be that you also ate my share?
The principal simply laughed without answering.
He ate his share.
Seriously? My eyes half brimming with tears and my stomach rumbling. I was called over by the teacher to get beaten with a textbook.
My Barakun, because of the circumstances, I had to give you a perfect score, but... You understand, right?
Understand what?
There was an odd glint in the teacher's eyes. If I had to describe it, it was curry colored. I mean, it kinda is curry colored, actually. And,
That's why they did their color palette, so it could be inverted to the curry colors.
like a pot of stewing curry, her eyes whirled around in a spiral. A chill washed over me.
Guys, I think she ate it. I think Tomitake served her bad curry.
When did he have time to make curry?
At the festival, earlier before they showed
Yeah,
up.
he was making curry at the one.
He just made like a can of curry.
Yeah.
The teacher clutched me by the shoulders and drew me in closer until our noses were almost touching.
Curry is this world's most respected and sacred of dishes. I will absolutely not allow it to be put in the same category as onigiri. You hear me? Curry was created in ancient India, one of the 4 great river valley civilizations, and was raved about during the reign of King Ashoka and Kapilatsu for the birth of the
Keep going.
Shakya at the International Food Expo. Michelin twirly, even the Eiffel Tower was pickled in simmering curry, turmeric, whether you're asleep or awake, curry.
What the fuck is happening? Okay, hold on. Maybe I'll screenshot.
This is thumbnail material.
Yeah, I'm screenshotting
Maybe
that.
she truly is.
What is happening?
Curry tris, guys.
This is the scariest chapter so far.
Hey, Keiichi-san, what are you stumbling about for? Cleaning up is a part of cooking too. Whoa.
Keiichi-kun, your eyes are all curried. Why is that? Why?
Curry.
I guess he got carried away.
Oh yeah,
Oh
sure.
my
Osama
God.
loves curry.
Yikes. She got him, huh? It's okay. He'll be back to normal by tomorrow. What? Probably. It wasn't that long before hunger brought me back to my senses.
A miraculous recovery.
Alright, everybody shit out the curry that you just ate.
All the curry you ate is part of the
I love-
competition.
What if the implication is that there's like a curry possession demon, and that's the only supernatural thing here?
That would be awesome. So that was a scene. In the end,
I wish I could have done that without laughing.
in the end, all of the onigiri was eaten by the principal, so I had to make do without lunch. Skipping lunch, I never knew the afternoon could be so long and painful. A feeling other than drowsiness made me space out.
Are you alright, Keiichi-kun? That's why I said you shouldn't eat Rena's curry.
As if I could eat this curry with enough salt in it to make my blood pressure rise just by looking at it. Is what I said as I initially refused. I could only regret it. The hunger, the stomachache. Well, you did a good job making it through. Your absolutely hopeless situation, that is. Kei-chan, you're pretty strong when cornered, eh?
I don't need any compliments right now. I need food.
There's something for you to eat at home, right?
I don't keep snacks lying around at home, and I'm out of cup noodles right now.
We need to go to 7th Mart to buy some. Pork bone and ginger flavor is my favorite. Since you're enduring that hunger so much right now, I'm sure that tonight's dinner will be really tasty.
She made sure she personally prepared his dinner.
I had absolutely
She's not losing to Reina this time.
Exactly. I had absolutely no intention of laughing along. Well then, I'll take my leave. I have my part-time job again today. It's really rough when you're not used to the work. Ah, that job at that Angel Mort family restaurant, huh? That uniform was somewhat stimulating, Star. How...
Being a waitress is really hard work.
Eh? Michan is working as a waitress? Really? Really? What kind of place is it? Huh?
No, I'm right. I'm working at that toy store from the other day. Shion is the waitress. Ah, my bad. I completely forgot that was how it ended up being.
I'm sorry. You guys look so similar, I mixed you up.
Keiichi-kun, who's Shion?
Rena asked the obvious question.
Mion's younger twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer from Mion.
That's right. We look similar, but our personalities are completely different. I'm very kind and thoughtful, but Shion has a cold and scary personality.
I think that when you guys were born, Shion got all the feminine aspects. Unlike Mion, she's a cute, cheerful girl.
Oh my god, this guy's going to get us all beat.
Rena interjected as her eyes darted back and forth from our exchange.
Is that true?
Is
Rena's
Damon
never met
really
her.
dead?
Michan, did you ever tell me you had a younger sister?
Shion's existence was already being exposed as a cover-up. I couldn't help Mion out here. I could only have her end this charade. Oh yeah, I still haven't introduced you to her, Rena. My younger sister's name is Shion.
I don't know. I've never heard of her. I never met her when I went to Michan's house.
Yeah, that's... You know, I'm the only one that lives with Granny. Shion lives at the family home in Okinomiya. We're not that close, so... Yeah, she doesn't come here too often. Rena's face indicated she wasn't sure if she was convinced. Are we getting out of lies? She was usually a bit of an airhead, but she was unusually sharp when it came to these kinds of things.
Wouldn't you know that, Keiichi? Well, it's not a lie. Please believe me.
As she said, yeah, I believe you, a smile suddenly blossomed on Rena's face.
Rena wants to meet her. I'll go and see her sometime. What store is she working at? What store?
That is... she's getting more tangled in her little web. I could tell that Mion was getting increasingly frantic. I wanted to help her out, but it was hard for an outsider to butt in on family issues. Sorry. I have to get to work. Later. Rena-chan, Kei-chan. See you tomorrow! Unilaterally ending the conversation, Mion headed home. No matter how you looked at it, she was running away. We'll just label this one as an emergency escape.
Michan is kinda cute. I wonder why.
Rena giggled in amusement. I think that Shion exists. I wonder when dinner is. Would lying down be the best way to conserve energy? I sprawled in the entryway without even taking off my shoes.
I mean, Rika the demon said so surely Shion must exist.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. As I was losing the last vestiges of my consciousness, the doorbell rang. It seemed I had a guest.
Come on in. It's open.
I directed my listless voice at the door. It's Oyashiro-sama. Oh, it's just Shion.
Oh my god! Oh, you Shion-sama!
Good afternoon. Huh? Kei-chan, what are you doing? It seemed that my guest was Mion, or rather Shion. She seemed shocked when she saw me sprawled out in the entryway.
Is that Shion? Wait, why?
I thought that Shion's existence was an illusion that was limited to when Mion was at the restaurant. That's why I never even considered that Shion would appear here. I heard from my sister. Because of club activities today, you weren't able to eat lunch, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of trouble. Satoko spilled my pot, and you stole my rice.
But I'm Shion. She grew red and began to mope. That's right, she was the younger twin right now.
Sorry. What's up? Did he bring something over for me to eat?
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's somehow disappointing that you hit the nail right on the head, but here. I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot this. With a disappointed smile, Shion held out the small bento box she had hidden behind her back.
There's curry inside.
God, I hope so.
Uh-huh.
Does it have a
You really bought something to eat? Thanks.
How many needles are in this curry? There was still some of the ground beef left over from what my sister brought to school. I knew it was going to be right before dinner, but I wondered if you want it. Am I bothering you?
There's no needles, but there is a jar that makes
No, not even a bit. I'm really happy. Can I really eat this?
Okay, screenshotting this as well. Happy.
That's a good
Happy.
face.
What a genuine smile.
That's
Shion
me.
Lennon
That's
smile.
Me when I'm happy.
me when I'm eating curry.
Sneaking a look inside the box. To say that she had just put some of the leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside, with about 40 needles.
Is it really okay? There's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right?
I'm
No,
going
just
back to the
needles.
hot sauce idea, I see. Jeez. I'm not my sister. I wouldn't do that kind of thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself. Saying that, she pouted cutely and made a motion as if to snatch the box back. There were some times that made me doubt that she was the same person as Mion, and this was undoubtedly one of those moments.
I don't mind at all. I want to chow down on it with thanks from the bottom of my heart.
It's not something to be so thankful about that your nose has to run. Shion, who had thought that I might not take the bento, looked down happily.
There's not much, but do you want to come in? I can probably make some tea or something.
Sorry, maybe some other time. I'm on my way to work. Oh, that's right. She did say that before. Just rinse the box out with water and give it back to my sister tomorrow, please.
Oh, of course. It would only be the proper thing to do after being allowed to eat something that looks this delicious.
Well then, I'll take my leave. One last thing. I put
Oh my
needles
god.
in it.
Columbo.
Oh, just one more thing. Shion grew red again as she looked me down once more. During the contest with the curry, my sister took your rice without permission, right? My sister fools around too much, so sometimes she gets carried away. She wasn't doing it just to be mean.
Hey, it's not like I mind it too much. There are no grudges when it comes to club activities, after all. In fact, I should be the one that's thankful for all the thrills and entertainment. Could you tell that to Mion for me?
Yes, I think my sister will be very happy to hear that. Well then, I have to go. Shion smiled brightly. After bowing deeply, she left as she looked at her watch.
I'm happy, but is this really okay?
Yeah, it's just your friend's twin sister coming to deliver you a bento. Nothing else.
That might or may not be filled with needles.
I looked down at the bento box that she left behind and realized there was a drug that makes you... Okay. Faint warmth spread through the palm of my hand as the needle with the drug that makes... As if it were Mion, I could see hot sauce, mustard, maybe even a needle being mixed inside. God!
Or maybe the drug makes you kill yourself.
Jesus fucking Christ! God damn it! Fuck!
There are no
Really?
original jokes
I
in a
don't
review.
think she would go so far as putting a needle in there.
There's a needle that makes you kill yourself.
I opened the box once again and hesitantly tasted a bit. I took a bite, and another. There was no funny business. There was no danger at all, for it was delicious. That's
No
right.
needles, no drugs, nothing.
That was Shion, not Mion, so there shouldn't have been anything to worry about. I rushed back to my room, eating as I gave my thanks. It was so delicious that my stomach could cry, like the Higurashi.
Like a stomach that had not yet cried. Shion, no, Mion. When she heard I was so hungry I could die, she brought this over to me.
It was delicious to that last bite. By the way, nothing strange had been mixed in.
Yeah, he has to really
God
insist on
fucking
that.
damn it,
Yes.
Rikishi!
He has to really deliver the point home. Nothing was in the bento.
Thank you
Nothing
for,
strange had been mixed
Thank you
in,
for
except
the-
for the drug that makes you kill yourself.
thank you for the information, Ryukishi. I really appreciate it. Very innocuous. Except for being so skeptical.
Oh my
I got-
god, this is
This
so funny.
is killing me right now. This is fucking killing me.
There's
Anyway,
nothing
take a
meta
shit.
about this.
There's nothing meta
There's
at all.
nothing meta going on. What are you guys talking about?
We're laughing for no reason.
We're-
This won't be relevant
Yeah,
in the
this is
prequel.
like there's nothing. It was delicious. No. No.
It's really hammer it home.
No. It was delicious.
Hey, Mion, here.
What is it, Kei-chan? I thrust the bento box she'd given me yesterday at her face. Are you guys cool if we take 5? Because I actually might need to take a shit. Anyway. Like after
Sure.
Accurate.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's the bento box he gave me yesterday. Thank you, it was delicious.
Mion's face quickly flushed bright red. Hey now, you were the one pretending to be Shion when you gave it to me. You're gonna give it away if you get all red like that when you're being Mion. At this rate, she might trip and fall right into her own grave, so I decided to help her out.
Listen, I was pretty hungry yesterday. Out of the blue, Shion came all the way to my house and gave me some food in a bento box. This is that box. I made sure to wash it clean.
Right. Shion's really considerate, huh? That was so transparent. Was Mion always this terrible at lying? Her expression was different than usual, but it looked strangely cute. So, what did you think? Okay,
You two are like peas in a pod. You're twins, right? Obviously, you'd look the same. I think my internet's breaking up a bit.
it's
It's-
okay.
Oh,
That's
not. That was on my end.
I
That's
had to show my end. Too.
Okay.
I mean, means Tej got hit by a leg spike.
Probably. Not that, Mion looked kind of bewildered, like she was looking for a specific answer. When she said impression, maybe she didn't mean Shion, but the bento.
Oh, of course. It was delicious.
Really?
I never lie about liking food. If I say something's good, then it's objectively good. You can feel free to give my recommendations to every single person you meet. Tell Shion it was seriously great, alright?
Okay. Tell Shion, right? I will. I think she'll be happy. We're going along with Shion having given it to me, not Mion, aren't we? Yet, her laugh, It came from deep down, and it sounded really happy. I guess she really can laugh nicely enough that just looking at her makes me feel better too. A sarcastic remark made its way onto my tongue, but I swallowed it back.
The actual meal route.
I swallowed it back as I did a kneel at some point. As Leon went to put the bento box in her bag, she noticed a clattering noise. Kate-chan, there's something inside. Huh? Wow. She opened it? The thing inside was a little embarrassing, so I wish she hadn't opened it here. Panicking, I hid it with my hands.
This is, well, my mother told me to put them in as tanks. I didn't come up with it or anything. I got the wrong idea.
It's so pretty. Candy. There was a handful of candies, wrapped neatly in paper, inside the sparkly clean bento box. When I was cleaning the box out yesterday in the sink, Mom came over and interrogated me, and I fessed up as to who had given me the food. She then told me that something like this called for a display of gratitude. I didn't want to, because it was embarrassing, so I argued that it wouldn't be like me to do that.
Well, that's what happened. I mean,
I was so embarrassed it felt like fire might shoot out of my face. Mion laughing the whole thing off like she usually did would be fine, but for some reason, she was staring at the candy in the box with fascination. Thank you. I guess we're dating Mion this chapter.
don't thank me. Thank my mom. She put them in there. Besides, you're not the one I should be... Not the one I need to be thanking, right, Mion? Those are for Shion, okay?
Right. You're right. Okay. I'll be sure to tell Shion. I just know she'll be happy. Mion, looking a little downtrodden, put the lid back on the box. Seemed like I ended up saying something a little mean at the end.
Mi-chan, you look sort of cozy today. Did something happen? Did it?
Perhaps she's got a fever. The red in her face is probably due to the increased body temperature. Hey, Rika, why are you patting my head?
Satoko, I'm sure you'll be able to catch fever soon enough.
You know when you're older.
You'll be injected with the drug that makes you cozy.
You'll be injected with the drug that makes you get a fever. I think actually she's making an idiot. I think she's making an idiot's cat gets cold jokes. Actually.
I see. Pet.
She should get her polio shot.
All right, take a shit, everyone.
You'll be injected
Do
with
I
the
have
needle
to?
You'll be injected with the drug that makes you shit yourself.
Okay, let's meet back up at like I don't know. Let's just make it an even number. It's close enough. To
Reconvene it soon.
Yeah, just like 7 minutes from now. So it's like nice round 5. Anyway.
Is that all you have to spare to play with us?
Yes, it is. Anyway, I'm gonna mute my mic on the recording and end call. So, bye, forever.
Good luck.
What?
What?
Hello.
Gua gua.
Welcome back.
Like a fish.
Is everyone here?
I
Nope.
think so.
Lust Plus not yet unmuted.
I don't think
they
Lust was unmuted the entire time.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Lust usually doesn't talk during book club because I'm not gonna go into detail on why.
Yeah, that's fine.
They have their reasons. Anyway, Lust can explain if you would like to.
No, it's fine.
Anyway, I think we're all in agreement that Shion really exists.
I mean, the important thing is, regardless of whether or not Shion exists, we've all managed to survive the Higurashi that make you shit yourself.
Well, that's debatable. So is everybody here?
Arguably.
Everyone is here.
I'm gonna... let's see here. Cool. I hope everyone is here. Anyway. Make sure I did my OBS correctly. Yes, I did. Cool. I might have explained this before, but... Phys Ed or school is really just an exercise in disorder. After some random warm-ups, the rest of the time is spent doing whatever. You're free to cause a ruckus or just fall asleep.
I'm not really sure, but doesn't the Board of Education have some sort of curriculum for this? Something like, when you're this old, you should have this amount of physical ability.
I have no idea what you're saying, Keiichi-san. It is rather difficult to understand. For my tiny goblin brain.
Well, you see, it's something like a rule for teachers to follow during class.
Maybe you weakling city folk need something like that. But do you really think us country-raised kids would lag behind in physical ability?
Yes.
We're better athletes than you would think, Keiichi.
Basically, she's saying that we all could have killed them. Anyway, come to think of it, they might be right. If we all lined up for a race, there was a good chance I'd finish dead last if I didn't start off well.
We all force-fed Tomatake the curry that makes you kill yourself.
Why does it have to be curry?
Why? Because otherwise it would be onigiri, and that is unacceptable, as we have established.
Making curry kill you
Kate-
is also unacceptable.
Katie only invented onigiri for the first time in human history earlier.
That is true.
And it's a second food item in human history, too.
Yes. Let's just pray that when a brutal penalty game is at stake, the 100-meter dash isn't a club activity.
On that note, I watch too much television, so I'm fantastically tired. I'll be using this time to catch up on my sleep. It's 4th period and I'm completely starved. If I don't sleep now, when will I ever?
As I began to sprawl out on top of a pipe, Mion grabbed me by the collar.
Hell yeah.
Do you really think I'd let you sleep in peace and quiet?
With that look on your face, it would require more courage to try and take a nap than not.
Good grief. Yare yare daze. Which means, is it going to start again? Now! Just killing time with idle chit-chat until the bell rings is impossible for us hot-blooded youth, isn't it? Shall we start a club activity?
Just as I thought, it's come to this. What's today's game?
Injecting the drug that makes you kill yourself. Now that this is happening, taking a death is impossible.
We're going to snort the crack that makes you kill yourself.
Not just that, with this sleep-deprived head of mine, I'm as good as mincemeat. I have to get my brain into gear.
Lorena thinks we should decide what today's penalty game should be before we start.
Rena knows what's up. I've prepared something super special today. She begun to announce the cruel penalty game with a grand spinning flourish. But before she could do that...
I'm sorry. I have something that I wanted to do.
Of all people, it was Rika-chan announcing her non-participation.
I need to brew the drug that makes you kill yourself.
She needs to play potion craft so she can brew the drug that makes you kill yourself. Anyway, of all people, it was Rika-chan announcing her non-participation. Even rare events do eventually occur. Losing her timing, Mion spun like a top as she tumbled to the ground. What? Huh? What's the matter? Are you not feeling well?
Oh, that's right. Mi-chan, she has to practice for the Watanagashi.
Are we actually gonna get to see the practice this time? I know what she's talking about.
That's right. It's this Sunday. Rika's in the middle of super serious training right now.
I've been working too hard lately, so my arms hurt.
I see. Well, there's nothing that can be done. There's no point in doing anything if we can't get everybody together. Today, let's just take it easy.
I'm very sorry, but I'll try my best.
Yeah, good luck. We'll be cheering you on.
Good luck gripping out Tomitake-san's throat. When Mion announced that today's club activity was cancelled, Rika-chan and Satoko headed off behind the school building to rip out
Don't worry, I'll
Tomitake-san's
be
throat.
using-
Create the drug that makes you
Don't
kill.
worry,
To
don't
brew
worry,
the
I'll
drug
be
that
using
makes you
needles.
kill you. Only I was left alone, completely clueless as to what everybody was talking about.
We're
Are
clearly
we
talking about the
actually
drug
going-
that makes you kill yourself.
I really hope we're actually getting more info on this right now, but why do I feel like we're not?
What was that about? Is Rika-chan training for a competition or something?
Rena?
Fuck! Rika-chan is a shrine maiden for the Watanagashi, so she has to perform a ritual dance. It's practice for that.
Why don't you explain things in order? First of all, what is this Watanagashi? Next, what do you mean by shrine maiden? Last, what do you mean by ritual dance?
Huh? Didn't you get the notice at your house, Kei-chan? Wasn't it written there? The Watanagashi festival is this Sunday. Huh? Come to think of it, I have a feeling Mom did say something about it during dinner the other day.
The Watanagashi is a festival that happens at the shrine on a Sunday every June. It's very lively.
I see, but Watanagashi sounds like a pretty strange name for it. Is it something like the Lantern Festival, where they have a memorial for the dead by floating things down the river?
Oh, I figured you might guess right, Kei-chan. The Watanagashi, or Cotton Drift Festival, is, as the name implies, where we set cotton adrift down the river.
The cotton, you see, is from futons or jackets. So it'd be something like a futon memorial? They also pile futons up on the altar.
I've heard of people leaving offerings of things like needles or kitchen knives to their ancestor, or the casualties of war. But an offering of futons is a first for me. What's the history behind that?
Oh, it was an offering to Oyashiro-sama! Mion tilted her head pensively. I don't think there's a complicated backstory to it. Doubt. The winters around here are pretty harsh, so things like warm futons and coats that ward off the cold are fairly important, I guess.
Ah, I see. In other words, it's something like giving thanks to the futons that took care of you during the winter then. Then, the shrine maiden holds a memorial service for them and sets them adrift. That's what the Watanagashi is?
Mion and Runa indicated that I had the correct answer with a round of applause.
And you see, That shrine maiden performing the memorial is Rika-chan.
Oh, so Rika-chan is a shrine maiden. Now that you mention it, Rika does have a mystical air about her.
Right? Rika-chan is in a shrine maiden outfit. How so cute.
Human trafficking. It certainly does seem like it would suit her. Yeah, it might be cute.
I finally get what you're saying. Rika-chan's training for her performance as a shrine maiden then.
That would be it. The Shrine Maiden has to purify a number of futons as part of the ceremony. It's practice for that. It's a lot of hard work.
The shrine maiden has to carry a large ceremonial hoe as a part of the rite. And it's really heavy for Rika-chan.
Well, Rika-chan is pretty small. Exactly how heavy is that hoe?
It's pretty heavy. Although, enough that Rika-chan has been practicing with a mochi mallet.
Wait a minute. That's way too heavy! Forget about Rika-chan, that'd be rougher even for me.
It's a sacred ceremonial hoe. If she dropped it by accident, it'd be big trouble.
Well, it's a once-a-year kind of deal. All we can do is cheer from the sidelines. It'll be okay. She pulled it off last year.
Really? The least I can do is cheer her on. Even something that little would help, right?
I was rather curious about how exactly she practiced. Same here, Keiichi-kun! Leon laughed as she shook her head. Leave her alone. If you go, Rika-chan will get all cute and won't be able to practice. I didn't quite understand what Leon was saying.
You see, Rika-chan doesn't like showing people how hard she works, okay? So just leave her be.
Even the always cool and aloof Rika-chan has times when she sweats while giving it her all. Because she was always so well put together, she didn't want people to see an ungainly side of her. It's not like I couldn't understand that feeling.
Ah yes, the always put together Katie.
Yes.
All I can do is pray for her success, huh? Do your best, Rika Furude! I'm cheering for you!
Well then. I climbed up onto the pipe and plopped down on my side. And now I'm sleeping.
Hooray! Hooray! Rika-chan! In order to transmit more of my psychic waves of encouragement, I'll be entering a meditative state now.
So you're just going to sleep after all? We did not wake up even though she punched us. Or maybe because she punched us. The lackadaisical noontime ended up giving way to mind-numbing afternoon classes. Rebounding from yesterday's hunger, I ate too much for lunch today, leaving me in a horrible condition.
Oh, I might have gorged myself a bit too much. I'll have to endure afternoon classes.
Keiichi-kun, you had an amazing appetite today.
Oh, I accidentally knocked my... there we go. Basically, you always eat like a pig. But today was on a whole different level.
Yesterday I skipped lunch, right? The hunger just soaked right in. This time, no matter how much I ate, my hunger knew no bounds.
I get you. But really, Kei-chan, you always finish your lunch down to the last bite. Heck, even down to the last grain of rice.
With food, you show your appreciation for the person who made it by eating it, you know? If you leave any behind, it's rude to the person who put in all that effort.
Hearing that, Leon's eyes momentarily widened in surprise, followed by a cool laugh. Kei-chan, really? I put the drug that makes you kill yourself in there. At first glance, you seem unruly and irresponsible, but you're actually pretty conscientious. Well disciplined, or something like that.
Ah, yeah. Rena thinks so too. think so too. Keiichi-kun is a lot kinder than he looks.
He looks like a jackass.
He's faceless.
It's
He
not
doesn't have a
wrong.
sprite.
Both of them were probably trying to compliment me, but I had a strange feeling I wasn't being complimented at all. That's not true. I just wanted to say that there's a big gap between your appearance and your personality.
And I'm saying that's not a compliment.
Hey. Sonozaki-san, my Barakun, we're in the middle of class. How far did you get, Sonozaki-san? Bring your notes up here. Better
Startled.
be about curry.
They better be about... No, it's curry, it tastes good. Curry in mouth equal good. Startled, Mion vocalized a rather easy-to-understand utterance. She was so enthralled in the conversation, she had stopped working completely.
Do you want to close the program?
Doing alright, Star.
You haven't progressed at all. You're in the highest grade, so you have to shape up.
That Mion, it looks like she's getting lectured. Poor bastard. Hey, you can't say that word.
You can't say that on Natty TV.
Appearances can be deceiving. In other words, actually, appearance might be the opposite of reality.
You say some interesting things.
You're omoshiroi. Very interesting.
Responding to Rena's seemingly profound statement, I turned my gaze towards Satoko was happily studying together with Rika-chan.
Are you saying that the brat Satoko is actually really meek?
If we went by what Rena literally said, then that would be the case. I could hardly imagine Satoko being meek and gentle like a girl in some fairy tale.
Satoko-chan's been rude lately, but just a while ago she was pretty different. She acted really spoiled and always... Yup. Keep this a secret from Satoko-chan, okay?
That Satoko? Acting so cute?
For Satoko to play coy, I think that would have to be some part of a calculated plot. Even if she were to hide behind someone, I wouldn't think it was because she was attached to them. But since it came up, I tried to imagine a gentle and
Coquettish.
coquettish Satoko. I've never seen that word before. Also, we had the
She's
spooky
really
sound.
expanding your vocabulary.
Hey, Satoko.
That meant kind of like doll-like. What is it, Oni-sama? Start.
Oh god, this is terrible.
I already don't like this. Satoko smiled cutely and walked towards me. By the way, for every 3 steps forward Satoko took, for some reason I took 3 steps away! I'm so mad right now.
Perpetual
Anyway.
motion machine. Ah, Oni-sama, why are you running away?
So the person you saw at the 7th mark... God damn it!
Sorry, Satoko. For you to approach me with an affectionate smile on your face, I just have to think it's some sort of trap. Oh,
What?
Like,
Big lag.
Is it working?
I think it's working now.
I think it's stabilized.
I think it's
That's so mean. Oni-sama, you mini whore.
Ah, so sorry. I didn't intend to be so mean.
The weeping Satoko came closer to me. I'm a sucker for tears.
Oh,
Click. Clank. Huh? A bear trap? My leg was being clamped down on by jagged metal teeth. So wacky.
what is happening? Oh, ha, ha, ha. You fell for it. Now for the next part.
He's imagining all of this. Satoko raised her right arm triumphantly, and traps began to trigger one after another.
oh my god.
Suddenly, the wall sprang forward, throwing me 3 blocks away.
Squid Game?
And there
Whoa.
I saw a giant shot put ball covered in spikes hurtling towards me. I'm sorry, that reference is bad. On top of that, in the direction the ball would knock me was a giant guillotine. I didn't know Keiichi was rich.
I'm not really sure, but Keiichi-kun, you're not thinking of anything completely ludicrous right now, are you?
No, really, no, not at all.
That's a lie. You've got the kind of look on your face that says, I'm gonna be crushed by a giant spiked metal ball.
How could my expression convey what I was thinking like that?
Sorry, imagining a meek and gentle Satoko is impossible right now. I'll try again when I'm in better shape.
Casey's face is actually just the narration. Like, he just doesn't have eyes or a mouth, just the narration over it.
Next, I looked over at Rika-chan, who was working diligently on some kanji drills.
All of the characters already read the script.
In contrast to Satoko, her default state was meek and gentle. Well, yeah, of course they read the script. How else are they gonna act?
Cheaters.
If Rika-chan came at me saying, Oni-sama, star, I'd hug her. Tightly. I could get used to that.
Keiichi-kun, you're drooling.
Stop, abort!
It is illegal.
No, she's too old for him.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Come on now.
And how about
He's not
Rika-chan?
green.
Are you saying that her appearance is deceiving as well?
Saying that out loud, I felt a tinge of doubt. Was Rika-chan really all sweet? Despite her appearance, she was quite sly. Sweetly, how do you put it? Evading things deftly?
I get the feeling that Rika-chan isn't only just sweet, her appearance is definitely deceiving.
I couldn't put exactly what I was imagining into words, but Rena managed to say what I wanted to. She turned to me with an impish look in her eyes, like she was saying, "Ah, you shouldn't say something like that."
When Rika-chan grows up, I'm sure she'll become an incredibly devilish beauty, with men wrapped all around her little finger. Don't you think that would be cool?
Rena said that lightheartedly, but I, as a man, couldn't laugh at that. Because I'm a man. The scary part about that was that it felt like it could be true.
I feel like that would be a miracle.
Oh my god. Noticing my gaze, Rika-chan turned towards me and let loose with an angelic smile. Both Rena and I, feeling as if that was directed towards us personally, had our hearts skip a beat.
Hello. So cute, so cute!
You forgot to pronounce the star.
I will not pronounce the star.
Rena, your nose is bleeding.
Appearances can be deceiving, huh? Well then, what about our dear leader, Mion? I stared at her as she tried to weasel her way out of her scolding by the teacher. By Rena's theory, that unrefined, calculating, conniving Mion also had a side of her that belied appearances.
Then what you're saying is that Mion, despite her appearance, is actually a good person.
Mi-chan is a good person.
Oh well, that is true. But what I'm trying to say is...
Yep. I know what you're trying to say, Keiichi-kun.
Catching on that I was struggling to express my feelings as words, Rena smiled even more brightly.
Know what?
Mi-chan is mysterious, right? She's a girl, but it's like she's a guy.
I'm just gonna go ahead and screenshot this
Mion trans arc.
Oh my god.
Where is she getting
Lines that
that?
age like milk.
Why are we using that metaphor specifically? I wonder.
It's because the game is woke.
Let's check the woke games list and see.
No, Casey was just sleeping.
Hinamizawa,
Oh
if
my-
it was woke, Tomatake.
I still can't get over that they keep labeling Warhammer 40k games as not woke. It makes me fucking cackle every time I see it. Anyway.
What
That's
about
right.
the
What the
sushi
fuck?
chef?
They put the website's down.
Oh no, not the woke detector.
DI Watchdog. No, it's diwatchdog.com.
Oh, okay.
That's the new one. There was a spreadsheet a while ago, but I don't remember how to find that.
That's right. Mion was more than aware that she was a girl, but it was exactly as Rena said. There's like 50 different woke detectors, by the way.
That's the latest one I've heard of.
If women exist, it's woke.
Ironically
Oh
true.
yeah, I did actually see the entry for Umineko on the original woke detector. It was only for the answer words, but it did say it was slightly woke, you know, on account of the lesbians.
Umineko.
Yes,
That
but
person
only
has
the
not
answer
read
words.
Umineko if they think it's...
They think it's not woke. I would have to agree.
Okay.
Anyway, when Mion livened up the mood, it wasn't as though she felt like a guy or girl specifically, but a friend of the same gender.
If she were a guy, we'd probably be like two peas in a pod. Although, that's the same way it is right now.
But you see, even that Michan is actually really feminine.
Rena, how much did Mion pay you exactly?
That's not true! Jeez, I'm trying to have a serious conversation, you know? You know?
Rena began to pout. Now probably wasn't the time to joke around.
Michan is the club president, so she's trying hard to lead everybody. But she's a really a very cute girl. I really don't want you to forget that, Keiichi-kun.
Rena's gaze focused off into the distance, beyond where Mion was. The Mion that I met at Angelmort was unimaginably different compared to the Mion that I normally knew. Flustered and hesitant from the unfamiliar job, it was a far cry from the brash and confident Mion. Even though she had to hurry to work, she went through all the trouble to bring me food when I was on the brink of starvation. And she did so not as Mion, but as Shion. Oh. What happened?
I think his internet's
Foggy
dead.
got Thanos snapped.
Ah. Should we like give it a few minutes, or should we just continue on? I'll give it 5 minutes. If he doesn't come back by then.
Unfortunately, Higurashi does not have an entry in the woke content detector's curated list of games.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Umineko does, but it's informational and it has spoilers on it.
I mean, Keiichi murders one with a baseball bat, so clearly it's not woke.
That is
fair.
true. And he does only murder women, so
Yeah. He's like Patrick Bateman.
that's true.
That's so
What?
so real.
Wait, Dark Souls 3 contains subtly pro-LGBTQ messaging?
I think my favorite woke content detector that I saw was the Dave the Diver one. They said it's woke because, first of all, Dave is too fat to dive. And second of all, it's woke because the sushi chef is black instead of Japanese.
It feels borderline satirical with a lot of it, frankly.
You'd be
okay.
surprised how serious
I think it's
these people
stupid
are,
how they're
unfortunately.
reviewing, like... I don't even know. Where was... Like, Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator, and then they're like, oh, it's gay porn.
I can't believe Dream Daddy is woke. I'm gonna go take the drug.
Yes, it features homosexual interactions and romance.
Guys, I can't believe super homosexual Sodom and Gomorrah simulator is woke.
Super lesbian animal RPG is not
That one's
recommended.
my favorite. That one's my favorite.
Features a lesbian romance.
An entire one? An entire one? Damn.
Wait, there's a lesbian romance in Super Lesbian Animal RPG? What the fuck?
That's what I'm
Say it
saying.
ain't
Don't
so.
recommend these games. They're so misleading.
Yeah, they just reel you in with the heterosexual title, and then they something they gotta stop putting politics in our games. Anyways, I'm gonna
like-
go play a
it's like-
Warhammer 40k game now.
Yeah,
like,
I think
you know,
those are in recommended.
It's like, I see Super Lesbian Animal RPG and think, oh shit, I'm going to see women beat the shit out of each other.
So
Well, I mean, I would like to see lesbians beat the shit out of each other. That would be kind of awesome, actually.
Bro's about to get canceled.
Oh, I think woke content detector is truly a magical thing, really. It lets you know what all the good games to buy are. Like, if it says woke, that's how you know you should buy it.
that's true. Wait, Warhammer Vermintide 2 contains no woke content, or Warhammer End Times Vermintide.
I mean, I guess there's nothing woke about...
Like half the cast is women.
over half, isn't it?
It's Sienna and the
No,
elf.
it's just 2. Never mind.
It's just 2 out of 5, yeah.
So I guess it's not woke enough.
But it says contains no woke content, but just 2 women.
That's true.
It should say it contains 2 woke content.
Continue to vote content.
Well, I mean, no, they're okay with it because the elf, you know, that one elf outfit. That's why they're okay with it.
That's true. But that alpha outfit is not in Warhammer Vermintide 1.
Oh, well, I mean...
So there's a problem there. It could
I
be
think
that they don't actually play the games they review.
I think the solution here is that we need to add elf feet to Vermintide 1.
I think the theory is just that if it's Warhammer, it's not woke. If it's not Warhammer, it is woke.
Yeah,
That might be the solution,
That
guys.
seems like a fair theory for the most part.
Corpse Party has pro-LGBTQ messaging?
I can see that. I can see that angle.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so...
The
We should
bar is
probably
like the bar has to be set incredibly low, but I can see the angle.
I do believe Soggy is dead, so...
Yeah.
I think
Guys,
his house
he ate the drug that
exploded,
made
so
him-
let's
He ate
continue.
the drug that made him. He took the drug that made him kill himself.
He accidentally took the drug that makes him kill himself. And he swallowed a needle. Anyway.
And he has some bad curry.
What exactly was Shion to Mion? What kind of person was Mion exactly?
Keiichi-kun probably couldn't even begin to imagine. Begin to imagine.
As if to say it was our little secret, Rena held her finger up to her lips as she giggled. Mion, finally free from the teacher's preaching, returned to her seat, cradling her head to hide her embarrassment. Or maybe because she got beaten with a textbook. This old man, you see, thinks that grade school is enough for everything you need to study in life. Saying that, she plopped down into her seat violently. Mion was actually really feminine, right? I wonder if I can meet Shion again. I wanted to talk to her again. Clang, clang! The principal waved around the bell that served as the school chime. The teacher rushed back to the blackboard and began to list everybody's homework assignments.
Whoa! It looks like there's going to be a lot of homework today. Gotta buckle down.
Well, that means even Rena?
Huh? What do you mean?
Appearances can be deceiving. Would that apply to you too?
Huh? Keiichi-kun, how do you see me? How?
The Rena Ryugu that I knew sometimes took things too far, but was generally a kind and gentle, ideal girl.
Really? Really? Then that makes me happy, I guess.
If she was the opposite of what she seemed, that would make her...
And if you were really the opposite?
Just try saying it. I won't be mad. That's what I felt she meant.
Rena is...
Uh-huh. Rena is...
even if you were the opposite, you'd still be Rena, right?
This question shouldn't have been so nerve-wracking to answer, and yet I felt like in another timeline. Maybe it was because the person in question was staring at me, but even saying that took a strange amount of effort.
That's no fair, Keiichi-kun. It bothers me when you say it that way. Oh.
Perhaps unable to endure my silence, Rena's face began to burn red with embarrassment. Or maybe it was a side effect of the drug that makes you... Rena! Kei-chan! Let's go home. Mion walked over and started getting ready to go home. Whenever school is over, she really does get noticeably more energetic. It was the same relaxing walk home as always. Digging around in my pocket on a whim, I noticed something that should have been there was missing. It was the drug that makes you kill. What's the matter, Kei-chan?
The key to my house I always carry around is gone. Man, where did I lose it? It's fine today since my parents are home, but still, this is bad.
It's the key that makes you kill yourself.
True.
That sure is troublesome. Did you forget it somewhere? Or did you drop it?
Or did Shion take it to make a wax imprint?
Oh.
Which one was it? Did I take it with me this morning in the first place? Huh? Huh? Kei-chan, did that key have anything that would make it stand out?
Yeah, it's on a keychain. It was a blue fur seal, something I made for summer homework a long time ago.
Huh? Does it have its eyes shut, like it's taking a nap?
Oh, how did you know? Yeah, that's it.
Mion looked away and began to whistle. See... You went for dinner at Angel Mort a couple of days ago, right? That night, the staff found a key, and there was a fur seal keychain attached to it. As she said that, she suddenly grew flustered, and added that Shion had told her about it. Is this Soggy?
Yo, Soggy is revived before
welcome
Satoko was back.
You didn't miss that much. They were
You
talking...
just found out about... Yeah, we're just discussing about the first skill that makes you kill yourself.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I haven't been here since I made that comment about like transgender Mion, so
No,
nothing's really happened since then.
We were
I noticed.
waiting, and
We waited like 5 minutes, and then I just assumed that you were dead, but... You know. Anyway.
And we talked about how woke Tomotake's
So
thick neck was.
basically all you missed is that they were having a conversation about how appearances can be deceiving. And I was like, well, Rena is cute and kind, which means that she's really... And then they didn't finish that conversation, and now we're here.
I see, alright.
And also, Keiichi lost his key at Angel Ward, apparently.
But yes, my internet died.
I'm sure Keiichi losing his key at Angel Ward will never come up again. As she said that, she suddenly grew flustered, and out of that Shion had made a wax copy of it, and told her about it.
huh? So I dropped it down.
But aren't you glad they found it? I'm sure they're looking after it for you.
That's right. Why don't you go? Shion looks the same as me, so you'll know her by sight. This was a rather unexpected development. Once again, I had no choice but to go and meet with Shion. But I also had to thank her for the bento from yesterday. Besides, taking some time and chatting with this other side of Mion might be interesting. Half-jokingly, I began to think about things like this.
Right. Angel Mort, was it? I'll head over to Shion's restaurant and get my key back. While I'm at it, having a nice pot of tea might not be a bad idea.
You sound like an English gentleman. That totally doesn't suit you, Kei-chan.
Is this the restaurant? The one that Mi-chan's little sister is working at?
Yeah. Why don't we go together, Rena?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I have plans with my father today. Some other time.
I'm going to inject him with the drug that Rena seemed pretty disappointed about having to miss such a great opportunity.
You said they're twins, but do they really look that much alike? Enough to mistake which is which?
Yeah, they're totally the same, at least on the outside. Unlike Mion, she's really well-mannered and really cute, though.
But if appearances are deceiving...
This is true.
In
So
response
every
to...
single time they've walked home
You
with
secretly
Rena,
Hitler.
Keiichi has insulted Mion.
That's so mean. In response to my teasing, Mion pouted and began to argue with me.
It feels like it's intentional at this point.
I couldn't help but burst out. Oh my god. I couldn't help but burst out laughing at Mion's little farce. After
Guys,
all,
he just did the yawn that makes him kill himself.
that's not. It's not a thing.
The laugh that makes you kill yourself.
After all,
chat for Tej.
they weren't just identical. They were the same person. And then she's gonna show up with Shion at the restaurant. After going home, I changed my clothes and dug my bike out of the garage. Just thinking that I would be able to meet Shion again gave me a mysterious feeling. Shion, a name for a different kind of Mion. She was a mysterious and ridiculous person, believing she had fooled everyone like that. I noticed that I was pedaling along quite happily. Could it be that I was looking forward to meeting Shion? I felt a sense of giddy anticipation, like I was headed towards a new friend's house for the first time. Tomatake hasn't shown up yet, and that's why I want to get with Shion still. What Rena said about Mion actually being really feminine sprang to mind once again. The guilt from spying on another side of Mion, the self-consciousness from being the only one that knew about that side, these feelings mixed together. That was Shion for you. Mion's little twin sister. Until she felt like coming out and admitting that she was Mion, it was fine to just call her Shion, right? Mion might be trying to have some fun by acting out a different persona. As I reached the top of the steep hill, the horizon expanded before me. I was almost at the station. The last time I wasn't embarrassed since I was here with Dad, but this time I was alone. I was strangely self-conscious about it. Meet Shion, get my key
Since
back.
it kind of throws his dad in there.
That would be a big shame. I don't like that idea. Meet Shion, get my key back. That was all this task was supposed to be.
That means it's statistically likely about to happen.
Yes.
I mean, he did say that his parents were already home, but all the same.
If I toddled around like this, maybe Shion would find me before she headed in for work. Hey, what are you doing, Keiichi Maibara? You're just here to get your key back, you know? It's not like you're some love-struck schoolboy here to hand over a love letter. The thoughts inside my head were slowly turning into a jumbled mess. I came to the realization that I was downright giddy. That's why, for just a bit, just a tiny little bit, I got a little carried away and did something really stupid. Uh-oh.
You bought Bitcoin?
I kicked over a parked motorcycle that was blocking the sidewalk.
Holy shit!
It was in the way, sure, but there was absolutely no need for me to kick it. I definitely think I got too carried away. Thuck. Clank.
Fuck.
crash. As 3 bikes tumbled one after another like dominoes. The loud noise
Like a
caused me
bike
to
whose
snap back to
strings
my
had not
stance.
yet been cut.
True.
Oh shit.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
The owners of those 3 bikes were right there. They looked exactly what you'd call thugs up to no good.
Sorry, I'm trying to set up some trouble in your neighborhood.
They lifted their heads up in an imposing manner and yelled angrily in a way I had never heard before. The 3 of them beelined towards me, the worn-down heels of their thin-soled shoes slapping noisily against the pavement. I could only stare listlessly, as if I were watching some far-off event that didn't concern me at all. By the time I realized it, I had been grabbed by the collar and lifted onto my tiptoes.
Don't be playing dumb. You knocked him over, didn't you? Huh?
The 3 thugs are completely ignoring the rules of grammar, but the way they spoke was enough to make me tremble. Just like that, my composure drained away. My legs buckled and my throat grew dry enough to crack.
I'm sorry. I accidentally.
Accident my ass.
I think this is
You
multiple
kicked him,
people.
didn't you, dumbass? Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I was completely at fault, so there was nothing I could say in my defense. As a result, I was pulled even higher. The hell, man! The paint's all scuffed!
Yo, brat, who put you up to this, eh?
Somebody take this one.
This is your
third
goddamn
guy.
fault.
There ain't enough time for the 4 of us. The 3 of them continued to yell at me. I had no idea what each of them were saying, because they spoke like 3-year-olds. Getting further
took the drum.
enraged, that I was only listening while dumbstruck, they grabbed an empty plastic crate from a nearby store and began to smash it repeatedly against a telephone pole.
They took the drug that made them speak in broken grammar.
Cracks formed in the crate, plastic shards flying everywhere. Then they slammed it full force into the shattered storefront. Smash! The shutter let out a frighteningly loud noise. Still not satisfied, they flipped over a case of empty cans, scattering its contents all over the place. This was not normal. It was something you saw often on television or in manga, but I never thought seeing it in person would be this terrifying. I became pitifully aware that the safety of civilized society was only held up by such a frail concept as morals. My knees clattered together noisily. Static began to pepper my vision. This is what you would call absolute terror. There was nothing I could do to stop this frightening spectacle of violence. I could only pray for help. The fear I felt was just too much. Would somebody help me? My gaze floundered about the surrounding area.
Matake-kun, save me with your neck.
I was surrounded by these 3 hoodlums. Tomatake-kun, your neck has a high defense stat. No way there would be a passerby brave enough to intervene.
Wrap your neck around theirs and choke them to death with it.
Maybe this was what you call reaping what you sow. If I were a passerby, there would be no doubt that I'd ignore what was going on. So this was somewhat of a cosmic retribution. Fucking say something! I'll fucking stab you! Angry lailing loud enough to rattle my eardrums spewed forth right in front of my face. My waning consciousness was forcibly dragged back to the storefront. The thug had cocked his free hand and twisted his body when suddenly a metallic taste filtered through the back of my throat. A chill ran down my spine like a jolt of electricity. Seeing what was going to happen next, I squeezed my eyes shut tightly as possible and gripped my teeth. You're making quite the racket, you stupid pieces of trash. Get out of my sight. That voice was a short distance away. Still holding me by the collar, the 3 thugs spun around to look behind them. Ooh!
The fuck you say?
The fuck you say?
It is the first time we see Keiichi, I think.
I think this is the first time we get to see his face properly, yes.
Yeah.
Standing
You gotta take a
there
picture.
was Shion. I already did. I mean, Mion. She stood there, displaying an imposing stature that I'd never seen before. She didn't have the same look on her face as she did when we were playing around during club. Those were the eyes that could instill fear in anyone who looked upon them. The eyes of a raptor. They were the epitome of terror. At the same time, they were the most reassuring things in the world. In this shot, Keiichi, like, really looks like Shinji. Like, really looks like Shinji. Oh my lord.
Nah, the bang's not the right shape.
I'll
too
only
bright,
say this
too.
one more time. Let go of Kei-chan and get lost. Mion, without an ounce of fear, laid down her ultimatum. Of course, there was no way those three wouldn't go absolutely berserk. The situation instantly turned explosively dangerous.
Oh, you fucking bitch! I'll fucking bash your head in!
Stop it, Mion. These guys are like rabid dogs. No amount of bluffing will work.
Mion, it's dangerous, sir.
I knew what I was saying was pathetic, but I couldn't let Mion get involved in this. No matter how you looked at it, Mion was only bluffing. But did Mion even know the meaning of the word bluff? However, the reason behind everything soon became apparent. She had a gun. They were slowly increasing in number, little by little. At first, it was only businessmen on their way home stopping to take a look. Then, it was housewives in the middle of shopping taking a gander. Next, what seemed like the owner of some store showed up, and it was pretty clear he wasn't just looking. Around Mion, there was already about 7 people gathered. It felt different than people coming out to support a friend. If I had to say why, it was because the group that gathered was diverse in age and gender. The 3 thugs seemed to slowly realize that there was something strange about the situation.
Who the hell are these guys?
Behind them, at some point, 4 more people of differing clothes and ages had gathered. A girl who looked to be in middle school. A man wearing a bakery apron. An old lady in a house cleaning smock. More and more, people of various ages. Their gazes, comparable to Mion's, were of hostility. Of intimidation. Hinamizawa is not meant to be trifled with. Before I realized it, over 10 people had formed a ring around us.
They thought they were doing the jumping.
At that moment, 5 elementary schoolers ran in and joined the circle. There were some familiar faces. Some of our classmates.
They're gonna form Hinamizord.
And these people were residents of Hinamizawa. It's like Voltron, but for Hinamizawans. More and more people from Hinamizawa gathered around. In obvious contrast, the residents of Okinomiya were passing by as quickly as possible.
The fuck are you guys? Go the fucking way!
This is amazing. The group surrounding us had suddenly swelled around to 20 people. Completely encircled, the faces of the thugs slowly began to show the first signs of panic. Nobody spoke a word, Mion included. That made everything completely unnatural, and depending on which side you were on, completely terrifying. Only the thugs' voices echoed out like they were screaming. Somebody took a step forward, closing the gap between them. As they did, everybody else took a step forward, shrinking the circle. The hoodlums went pale as they were pushed together, back to back, while still yelling angrily. They were trying to string together vulgarities, but for some reason it sounded like they were crying out for help.
Alright. What's going on here? What's going on?
Bobby pulls out his toy gun. It was sudden. A solidly built officer cut his way through the crowd. At some point, 2 police cars had arrived.
How thick was his neck?
hopefully as thick as Tomatake-san's. At some point, 2 police cars had arrived. Some passerby had undoubtedly called for them. Several burly officers appeared from inside the second vehicle.
Like burly.
Oh, officer, good timing. There you go, the extortionists, caught red-handed. Please arrest them.
The fuck? This brat's the one that's wrong here.
Mion, returning to her usual self, was nonchalantly pointing out the hoodlums to the police. Of course, the thugs were furious. But now that it had come to this, there was nothing they could do. It was their loss.
Okay. Come over here for a sec. Come on already.
The officers handcuffed the thugs and dragged them towards the patrol cars.
The fuck? Let me go. We're the victims here. Are you listening? Damn it.
No matter how much of a ruckus they caused, the officers paid no heed, because Hinamizawa is not to be trifled with. In the blink of an eye, they were crammed inside the 2 vehicles. They could still be heard yelling while inside the police cars, but what they were saying was no longer intelligible. Oh, hey! Who's this?
Him.
Who's this character? Middle-aged
Are you all right?
man?
Are you injured?
I'm gonna screenshot this and just crop out Oishi. Anyway, he was probably a detective. The man leading the police peered at my face.
No, not really.
Well, that's a bit of a silver lining then. Well then, have a good year.
The portly man, after taking a quick look around, addressed the crowd.
Thank you, citizens, for your timely report. Thanks to your efforts, we were able to keep the peace today. It's a wonderful thing.
Thank you for your hard work, Detective Luigi. As a citizen, I thank you for your daily efforts. It's an honor for a detective from the 1st Division to come out all this way. The way Shion talks didn't have a pleasant tone.
It was a coincidence. I happened to hear the call over the radio on my way back from the prefectural office. I just made a little detour.
Please keep up the good work. I pray for success in your future endeavors.
Ah, shucks. It's a good thing there were no injuries, though.
Oh my god, it's Bear Guy!
Bear guy.
Oishi-san! We're done here. Let's go.
Well then, have a good year. I'm sorry, could you make way?
I'm sorry. The detective named Oishi, after jovially making pleasantries, lumbered over to the waiting police car. This is already very different. So I think we can definitely establish at this point that this is an alternate timeline or something similar. This isn't like we're just seeing things we didn't get to see on the first chapter. Anyway,
It's simply a different possibility.
it quickly set off, disappearing down the city street. It was over so quickly. So quickly, I was dumbstruck. I didn't even get to ask the officer what was going on. It was like they came here quickly to disperse the mob before any trouble could start. After making sure the police cars had left, Mion snapped her fingers sharply. Alright, that's a wrap! And don't come back! That was the signal. The tension melted away in an instant as everybody began smiling. A middle-aged man helped me up.
No relation to the other middle-aged man.
Are you okay, young Maibara? Next time, pick your fights a bit better.
Middle-aged, by the way.
That's what middle-aged people actually sound like.
He's middle-aged in the sense that he's in the middle of his 80s.
Oh my god, I'm having a heart attack, Daiichi!
It's not like I wanted to fight.
You hurt anywhere? If you hit your head, it would be a good idea to get an x-ray taken.
Oh my god, serial smoker.
An old lady I didn't know the name of was concerned about my injury.
You were lucky this happened right in front of the train station when it was busy. In front of the station when it was busy. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to gather as many people. Next time, be more careful. City kids these days are pretty unruly. Sigh, honestly.
Oh, fuck.
You sound like Marge if she smoked
That's
more.
Marge was the intent, but I couldn't do it.
I was even warned by the old lady in the smock. As Shion finished applauding the dispersing group for their efforts, she strode over to me.
And then everybody clapped.
Well, you're pretty good, Kei-chan. But I also think you should be more careful about who you pick a fight with.
Thanks, Mia. You saved my bacon there.
Like I said, I'm Shion. She made a troubled expression as she turned her gaze downward, blushing in embarrassment. I heard from my sister. That first seal keychain was yours, Kei-chan. How would you
Psychic
afford
link.
that?
Phone.
Through the phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Psychic link
that's
is the
right.
obvious explanation.
I was just heading to the restaurant.
And you ended up feeling so excited that you got mixed up in something weird?
Look at that eyebrow raise.
That's a great.
That expression.
She knows. She's absolutely a knower.
The
Anyway.
drug that makes you know.
A drug that makes you a knower? It's called playing Higurashi all the way through. Anyway, now it was my turn for my face to go red. I didn't want to admit that she was spot on.
I think we're microdosing that drug. Well, I was just unlucky, but you really saved me, Shion.
You don't have to thank me. So, if you see somebody else getting bullied, help them out, okay? Bullying? Is that a Higanbana reference? We value that kind of thing very highly here. I was well versed in that sense of camaraderie. But the way I was rescued just now, something seemed a little off about that. While I was helped out, it was honestly to an almost disturbing degree.
Didn't even form a giant robot.
You're coming into the restaurant, right? You must be tired, so why don't you relax for a bit? My treat. It seems that she caught the glimmer of suspicion in my eyes. Without waiting for my answer, Shion began walking.
Oh, shitting time.
Yeah, now we have to take a shit. We are at about our usual time, by the way.
I mean, hey, at least they're at the restaurant, so, you know, you can take a shit at the restroom there.
Yeah. You can take a shit there. I think might say...
At the smoking tables.
Oh, hell yeah. Anywho. I think that's all for today, folks. Thank you for Hinamiing that Zawa.
We truly did Hinami this Zawa.
This truly was the Higurashi.
When do you think they're gonna form Hinamizawa for real, though?
Next, that'll be chapter 3, I think.
Okay. Good estimate.
Anyway. Bye-bye, YouTube!